Imagine a world ravaged by plague, where death is a constant companion. In such a time, what solace could be found? Well, welcome to Ace Book Talk, where today we'll be diving into a collection of stories that offer just that, a glimmer of hope and humanity amidst the darkness. We re-talking about the Decameron by Giovanni Boccaccio. Now, before we delve into the stories themselves, let's paint a picture of the time when Boccaccio was writing. Born in the early 14th century, he lived through the devastating Black Death, a pandemic that swept across Europe, wiping out a significant portion of the population. Boccaccio himself witnessed the horrors of the plague in Florence, and this experience deeply influenced his writing. He wasn't just a detached observer, he was living it. Boccaccio served as a diplomat and held several public offices in Florence. His familiarity with both the high and low strata of Florentine society permeates his writing, lending it both sophistication and a raw, earthy quality. The Decameron is structured as a framed story. It begins with a vivid description of the plague's devastation in Florence. To escape the deadly epidemic, a group of 7 young women and 3 young men decided to retreat to a secluded villa in the countryside. To pass the time during their self-imposed isolation, they agreed to tell each other stories for 10 days. Hence, Decameron, which means 10 days in Greek. Each day, one member of the group is chosen as the king or queen and decides on a theme for the day's stories. These themes range from tales of fortune and misfortune to stories of love, wit, and deception. Over the 10 days, a total of 100 stories are told. Now, let's talk about some of the stories. It's impossible to cover them all, but we can highlight some key themes and examples. Many of the stories revolve around the themes of love and lust, often with a humorous or satirical twist. We encounter clever lovers outwitting jealous husbands, knave individuals falling prey to cunning tricksters, and tales of forbidden passion that defy societal norms. There's the story of Sir Ciappaletto, a notorious liar who, on his deathbed, fabricates a confession so convincing that he's venerated as a saint. It's a dark comedy about the power of deception and the gullibility of people. Then there are stories focusing on the power of wit and intelligence. Characters use their quick thinking to escape dangerous situations, win over reluctant lovers, or expose hypocrisy. Boccaccio celebrates the human capacity for cleverness and resourcefulness. Fortune, both good and bad, is a recurring theme. Some stories depict individuals rising to great wealth and power through sheer luck, while others show the tragic consequences of misfortune. These tales highlight the unpredictable nature of life and the importance of resilience in the face of adversity. While the Decameron is often lighthearted and entertaining, it also offers glimpses into the social and political realities of 14th century Italy. Boccaccio satirizes the corruption and hypocrisy of the clergy, criticizes the rigid social hierarchy, and challenges traditional notions of morality. He uses his stories to question authority and to celebrate human ingenuity and desire. One of the remarkable aspects of the Decameron is Boccaccio's portrayal of women. Unlike many works of the time, which often relegated women to passive roles, Boccaccio's female characters are often intelligent, resourceful, and sexually assertive. They take charge of their own destinies and challenge the patriarchal norms of their society. Of course, the collection is without its critics. Some have accused Boccaccio of being overly preoccupied with sex and scandal. However, his defenders argue that these elements are essential to his social commentary and his exploration of human nature. So, what can we learn from the Decameron today? Beyond the entertainment value of the stories, Boccaccio's masterpiece offers valuable insights into human nature and the challenges of living in a world filled with uncertainty and suffering. Firstly, it reminds us of the power of storytelling. In times of crisis, stories can provide comfort, hope, and a sense of connection. They allow us to escape the harsh realities of the present and to imagine a better future. They also offer a way to process difficult emotions and to make sense of our experiences. Secondly, the Decameron encourages us to embrace our humanity. Boccaccio celebrates our capacity for love, laughter, and creativity, even in the face of death. He reminds us that life is short and that we should make the most of our time on earth. Thirdly, it teaches us the importance of resilience. The characters in the Decameron face all sorts of challenges, from plague and poverty to betrayal and heartbreak. But they don't give up. They find ways to cope with adversity, to learn from their mistakes, and to move forward with their lives. Finally, the Decameron reminds us that morality is not always black and white. Boccaccio challenges us to question traditional notions of right and wrong and to consider the complexities of human behavior. He suggests that there is often more than one way to look at a situation and that we should be open to different perspectives. Boccaccio's work ultimately celebrates the resilience of the human spirit. Even in the face of unimaginable suffering, people find ways to connect, to create, and to find joy. His stories remind us that life is worth living, even when it's difficult. So, there you have it, a glimpse into the world of the Decameron. A collection of tales that reminds us of our shared humanity, even in the darkest of times. Thanks for joining me on Ace Book Talk. If you enjoyed this exploration of classic literature, don't to forget to subscribe for more book recommendations and insightful discussions. Until next time, happy reading.